half of the off-roads and was just getting used to the flat-out nature of this kind of race. This week's rider profile brought to you by Broadlink. We like speed.
That is Great Dick. Right, number 2, Great Dick has lost it.
It all started for Grey Dick in the late 80s and early 90s with motocross. He is now a legend in the off-road community too. We spoke to Grey about his riding career.
Well, in 91, end of 91, early 92, I started racing. I started with the full years of motocross. I mean, those days we used to race nearly every weekend. It carried on for many years. 15 years in a row I raced motocross. Then I had quite a few years break, and in 1995, Schummels approached me with a deal, and I raced motocross with them for 1 year. Then in 2000, I actually started racing off-road again. A friend of mine from Suzuki Springs, Graham from Badar, gave me a bike, and yeah, we started racing that year. And from there I was on the Schummels Yamaha with Andre and Bram for many years. Then obviously got onto the BM, and now with all my mates on the KTM team, the Broadlink brother KTM team, all good. Yeah, I rode the Suzuki for a year, then I jumped on the YZ with Schummels. And then the second year with Schummels at the Desert Race 1000, I was line second the whole race behind Alfie. And I managed to, I passed him about halfway through the race. And on the last lap, my gearbox broke, my top gear. And there was about 50 k's or so to go, and Alfie was coming up behind me. I could see him coming closer and closer, and there were quite a few long straights, as you can imagine, at the Desert Race. And we got close to the end, and he just passed me down the one straight before we turned into a little slow section. So I thought it was all over, I just tried to just catch him, and I had a plan to pass him down the last straight. I was right in his dust and kept going. And on the second last corner of the race, I came around the turn and I saw Alfie's bike parked against the side, and his chain had broken. So it was a major relief for me, and I obviously won the race. I was very excited. I mean, it was really good days. My biggest setback was my back operation I had a couple of years ago. They did a fusion between 3 and 4, L3 and 4, and that put me off for a good 6 months, where I was actually racing for the BMW guys at that stage, and they were kind enough to actually let me stay on the team through that time. So I mean, it was great. They put me on the team. I helped old Vainant out through the year, and to get back after that was difficult. And I'm still battling now to sort of get back after it, even though I've aged a bit since then, and it's difficult. But I'm trying hard, and we'll hopefully get through it. Yeah, I think winning my first championship and winning a double championship, the overall and class championship, that was a great achievement for me. I was really stoked about that. And then after that, I went on to win 6 championships. Seven if you count the double win in 2007, but they actually cancelled that championship, so it was just a single championship then. So 6 championships, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, the toughest races were definitely the 1000k desert races. I mean, you slave away for 1000 k's, 500 k's a day, and it's so hard. You're just working so hard. The riding's not very technical and that, but for sand and that, with all those corners and jumping across the middle maniki all the time, and there's 1,000 corners every 20 k's, it is just incredibly hard. And you just push through and you keep going. And winning 3 of those in a row was great for me. The 1 year with Lawrence, I mean, we raced flat out the whole beginning of the race. He had a big crash in front of me, and then for him to come back at the end and sort of nearly catch me there, it was just exciting stuff, and to beat someone like Lawrence those days as well was a major achievement, So yeah, those days were hard and good,